Harlon looked around his shipboard office and yawned. It was near the end of a long day. General McComb had allowed their mission to remain, and with Ambassador Sotak's influence at the council, Harlon's post was semi-permanent. Terra Nova Station, as Gaia had named it. She, at General McComb's direction, was now telling his teams where to dig, along with quite a few off-limits areas. They were finding all sorts of new data and uncovering vital infrastructure that Gaia's automatons quickly began repairing once the site was clear of artifacts. Harlon liked the AI. She was very protective of humanity, but still friendly. She had an odd humour about her, though that could be the fact that she spent untold millennia alone and was still sane. He doubted any organic life form would be able to do the same. He stifled a second yawn when his door chimed at him. "Enter." A flush-faced sensor technician rushed in. "You're needed on the bridge, sir." Harlon shook his head. "Let's go then." His office led directly onto the bridge. It would have been no faster to contact him via the ship's comm array. "What's the problem?" We just detected a ship. A massive ship." Harlon frowned. Surely Gaia would have seen it before his sensors. Why hadn't she notified them? "Have the Terrans said anything?" "Negative, sir," Communications replied. "Who is it?" Harlon asked. "It's not in any of our databases, nor listed in any of the databases the AI gave us," Sensors replied. "Calm Gaia, ask her to confirm our readings." A few moments later, Communications paled. "Sir, the AI just sent an IFF code." IFF was something the humans used. Identify friend or foe. Most ships had a transceiver beacon, but the humans took it steps further. Codes embedded in the transceiver beacon would ID a ship as a civilian, diplomatic, cargo, or military. Gaia said that in Terran space, it was illegal for non-governmental military ships to modify or disable their transponder, as the Terrans called them, and the IFF code, that was military. "What is it?" "Sir, the IFF shows this ship to be the Terra Novan Defense Force 00000001 Extended Warranty." "Comms, connect me to Gaia. I'll be in my office. Sensors, forward me any and all data." Harlon turned and returned to his office. As soon as the door sealed behind him, the holoprojector lit up with Gaia's holographic form. Green Terran grass spouted from the deck plates. He learned if he looked close enough, lines of code scrolled through the individual blades, moving in time with Gaia's toga to an unseen wind. "You wish to speak to me, Captain?" she asked politely. Yes, the ship we asked you about." "The extended warranty," she added. Yes, that one. Is my crew in any danger?" She blinked. "Why would it be? You stayed in the orbits we specified, kept your teams to the digs we've requested." She waved her hands. "Sure, you've had a few stragglers and trophy hunters go out of the zones, but they were acting against your orders. That's why we sent them back to you rather than incinerate them." It is a military vessel, yes?" he asked, as he took a seat at his desk and motioned for her to sit across from, or at least appear to. It was courtesy after all, and Gaia appeared to value such things. "Correct. A Mjolnir-class battleship, to be exact," the AI answered as she took her seat, though the chair now looked to be made of vines thanks to her holographic filter. "Battleship? That would be?" he asked, looking at the sensor data being sent to him. Gaia likely knew what he was looking at. After all, his ship's systems, while state-of-the-art to the Kukan, and somewhat modern to the rest of the galactic community, were quaint to the ancient AI. He had no doubt she regarded his ship's firewalls as amusing attempts rather than any kind of impedance. "A classification of heavily armed and armoured warship dedicated to long-range bombardment of enemy fleets, static fortifications and troop formations. Fell into disuse after Terra's Second World War, but brought back into use with the technologies and realities of interstellar warfare. Humanity's second most powerful class of warship, but with the projected manpower that was to be available, carriers were not deemed to be a tactical priority." He swallowed. "Second most powerful class. Why have you brought it to Terra Nova?" Militaries of the current species use cruisers and destroyers for their warships, with the occasional troop fortress, massive glorified cargo ships meant to transfer an army planetside and provide high-altitude fire support. But even the massive troop fortresses would be specks next to these battleships, and Gaia potentially had over 1 million of them based on the whole number being sent. And what was a carrier for, that matter? "I did not. General McComb sent for it. You may ask him why if you wish. I have not been cleared to release that information to you. I see. Would you be so kind as to schedule a meeting with him for me? Gaia rippled. Done. I have set a range of dates and times to your Percom. Select the one you wish, and it will lock it into his schedule. Thank you, Gaia. Will there be anything else? I need this processing power back planetside, she informed him. No, thank you very much, he said, standing and extending a hand as if she were physically present. She smiled as she stood and took his hand. He could feel the soft glow of the holoprojectors before she vanished in a swirl of holographic grass seeds. Planetside. Gaia rippled as she was briefing General McComb. The good captain was worried. Wanted to know about the battle wagon? McComb asked. Correct, sir. Corporal Mix named the ship, the extended warranty. McComb laughed. And you let him? He joked. Fitting, though. She smiled, and the holographic grass fluttered in the waveform of a laugh. I've been thinking, sir. I am not surprised at all. I should come with you. He stopped and turned to face her. Come again? How? Why? When I built the Mjolnirs at Mimir's Well, I also built a backup data center, an AI core, all free, for myself. You can transfer my core to the extended warranty, and the spare core down here. You have the authority to spin up a new instance of, well, me, and I can copy my memory database to the new core. The new me won't be, well, me, but after she integrates my memory database, she'll be more than I was when I was first installed. That's the how. He stared at her holoform. What's the why? If Earth still exists, and if my older, I guess sister is the best word, is there, you'll need me. If Earth is still there, and my sister is still there, then the only reason humanity has not returned to Terra Nova is she's broken somehow. And if Earth is gone? The holographic grass began to shrivel, as if a cold wind blew. Then I want to say goodbye, Guy replied, in a small voice. To her? And Earth. McComb nodded. How long to complete the transfer? Core transfer will take flight time. I can maintain my links right up until my core is suspended and disconnected, meaning once reconnected I can pick up right where I left off. The only real time constraint will be the transfer of the backup data center and AI core from the extended warranty. Using the return trips from the supply runs to the EW, the center and core will be done in 1 day, whereas supply loading will take 1 week. It will take my drones 36 hours to install the data center and core. Installation of a second Gaia instance will take a further 12 hours, and copying and integrating my memory database will take another 48. That will leave a day and a half for system checks, with the new me prior to supply loading of the extended warranty being complete. McComb nodded. And I'm not going to leave the very moment supplies are low either. We're going to spend a few weeks shaking the warranty down, make a few intra-system jumps to test the FDL. McComb turned away and looked at his office wall. A smart screen was set to the Kakan's newest dig site, a food processing and distribution plant for long-gone automated farms. You've sold me. Get it set up. We'll wake the new you once you're ready. 5.5 days later. Corporal Mix, Dr. Duquesne, and General McComb were in the new data center. Mix had never seen an AI waking before. As he watched, General McComb inserted his ID badge into a console connected to the AI core and began to type in a series of commands and authorization codes. 2 sets of holoprojectors were on, but only one was active. Hey, Gaia, Mix sent for his implants. Yes, Corporal. I thought you installed the new AI a couple of days ago. Planetary-grade AI such as myself are highly regulated. Without proper authorization, we cannot be woken up. I guess you can say we can be installed, but without the license key, we won't turn on would be an apt analogy. And the General has the license key? Correct. So why wait until your memories were copied over? Copying memories over to even a brand new AI can cause the AI equivalent of a psychotic break. Rampancy. It's a bad way for an AI to die. As far as I know, no AI has ever managed to achieve metastability. We tended to destroy our core in our paranoia, Guy replied. But by having my memories available on startup, the new instance of me incorporates them into her baseline. She'll know everything about me, but won't be me. Mix nodded and signaled to close his implant down, and Guy withdrew, just as a digitized voice announced, Pending final verbal authorization.
General Theodore McComb,
Acting CO of the Terra Nova Defense Force. AI startup authorized. The second set of holoprojectors activated. A younger version of Gaia appeared, with no holographic grass. The new Gaia looked at Gaia's form. I think I should be called Minerva.